Because there's two ways of looking at this, two types of mindset here. You've got people that believe that not everybody is the full package. What I mean by that, and I don't mean that in a hindering way, I mean it in a helpful way, they believe that not everybody knows everything. Okay, nobody can know everything in the world. What that enables them to do is it enables them to have a learning mindset on the back of it. If you in your head think, well, do you know what, I don't know everything. I don't know everything. What it allows you to do is have a learning mindset and be able to go and learn new things to add to your filing cabinet for the future. So if you feel a little bit unsure, let's say you've got to do a presentation, let's say you've got to speak in a board meeting or whatever, and you're a little bit unsure of the content, then by doing that, and you might feel that imposter syndrome when you're talking, you're trying to talk with confidence, and in your head you're kind of backpedaling very, very quickly, trying to think of everything that you need to do. If you have that mindset, then the next time that happens to you, or when you come away from that situation, your mindset is a learning mindset and go, right, okay, I don't want to feel that again. I don't want to have the imposter syndrome again. So what do I need to go and learn and practice so I don't feel that way? Yeah, and practice is one of the great things about imposter syndrome. The more you learn and practice, the less you get the imposter syndrome. It's as simple as that. It's like I remember when I stood up in public and spoke for the first time as a trainer. I felt like a complete fake, 100%. Especially to people that were business to business. I stood up, for the first time I wasn't introduced as a learner, as a new starter. I stood up and people looked at me and think, well, this guy must have been doing it for years, he knows what he's talking about. And in my head I'm going, oh my God, remember everything you've got to say, you shouldn't be here. What gives you the right to stand up in front of these people? Believe me, over and over and over again, it's only over time of learning new things and experience and practice that starts to go away. So if you believe in your head that you don't know everything and other people don't know everything, it gives you the capacity to learn. And I think that's quite a human thing, humility, and also it gives you a learning mindset. You're able to then to go and put input into your head. I don't think anybody on this session would tell me that they know everything. Might be one or two that try, but nobody can know everything. Now that's the first mindset, and in my opinion, that's the helpful mindset. Then you've got what I would call the hindering mindset, where you've got somebody that pretends to be it all, okay? And they think they know it all as well. Now the problem with this is that they're very, very limited on their learning. Not everybody knows it all. Some people pretend to. And to be honest, that's worse for the individual. They might think it's better, but it's not, because they are more likely to get an imposter syndrome than them. Okay? If you think you know it all, and somebody asks you a question and you're struggling to answer it, all of a sudden, the imposter syndrome will start taking over. Now, no, in my opinion, nobody can know it all. You can have people that are majorly intelligent, majorly emotionally intelligent. You can even have people that have got eidetic memories. But they still haven't seen everything, or heard everything, or tasted everything, or experienced everything, and so on and so on and so on. So just bear in mind that actually, sometimes we pretend to do this, whereas actually the right thing to do is do this. You know, I used to be worried about going, no, I've not heard of that. If I was running a session and somebody went, how does this fit into NLP theory, John? And I didn't know NLP theory at the time, I'd kind of go, oh yeah, well and I think, well, I should know that, I should know that. Whereas now, if somebody says, how would this fit into this theory, John? And I've never heard of it before, I'd go, oh, I've not heard of that before, tell me about it. Let me learn. And then if I need to go away and Google it and find more information out about it, and nobody goes, oh, you should know. That people generally don't do that, and you might have an odd one, I get you that. So this side of the model is where we want to be. Be okay with not knowing everything. Be okay with the fact that you need to learn stuff every day. I didn't enjoy school very much, but I loved college and I loved doing my master's degree a few years ago. And I think the main difference between the two was when I left school, very naive at, I think it was 16 at the time actually, and can't do that these days, can you? When I left school before I went to college, my mindset when I left school was, oh, thank God for that, I haven't got to learn anything anymore. And I know that might seem really ridiculous to the people on this call now, but at 16, I thought school was finished, so learning was done. Boy, did I have a shock. But once I got it through my bit of a thick head that I've got, that learning happened every day, and learning is the way to make myself feel better, learn more, help people, and so on and so on, I started to enjoy learning. And it also taught me that not everybody knows everything, and you've got to learn every day. I don't care whether you're 200 years old, there'll be something that you can learn every single day. And I like learning. It gives me joy now, which is why I enjoyed the academic stuff after school, because nobody at school told me I could enjoy it, to be honest. School only teaches you to pass exams, Timothy said. You're absolutely right. I know that's quite a general statement, Tim. I would 90% agree with you on that. I think some schools are starting to try and change. Okay, I can see little bits of it. Certainly in my eldest daughter, in her last year of school, they started doing some emotional intelligence teaching and stuff like that. But on the whole part, we teach people to pass exams or coursework or whatever. You're absolutely right, and it's normally IQ, not EIQ, with it. So learning's good. It's great. It's fun. It's brilliant. I like learning stuff. I remember going to one of the consultancies I worked in before I started Solution Focused, and in the canteen there was a library. And it was all like motivational books and thinking and NLP and business and all this type of stuff. And there was no magazines and stuff like that, or just a library in there. You know, when I say library, it's a bit grandiose. It was a bookshelf with loads of books on it. What the consultancy would encourage us to do is every couple of hours is go in there and read 4 or 5 pages of a book. And I'd be like, well, no, I'm busy. And they go, yeah, you're not too busy to learn. Never too busy to learn. So actually, every couple of hours when you've been in concentration mode and you need a bit of a break, instead of going eating something or whatever, just nip in there, read 5 pages of a book, nip back out. And it taught me to learn regularly, which is another great thing. And I used to then look forward to those 2 hours, every 2-3 hours, and sometimes it wasn't bang on 2 hours if I was in something or doing something like this, but every now and then, nip in, read a book, happy days, feel good. And what it does is it helps you with the imposter syndrome, because the more information you've got, the more knowledge you've got, then the less you feel fake, the less you feel that you're going to get found out, and so on and so on and so on.